Hey, you all, Carpetbagger here, coming to you live from the north. More specifically, we're here in Elizabethtown, Pennsylvania, here in front of Jeremiah Crow's House of Oddities and Curious Goods. This is a fairly new Oddities museum, and it actually has only been around for about a year, but it actually has some classic items in it. The Gettysburg Dime Museum, which I was fortunate enough to visit in its short time open. So they have part of the collection from the Gettysburg Dime Museum, which is an absolutely amazing museum that I was so sad when it closed down. It's always good to see, when some of those items can be rescued. So we're gonna head inside and check out what the House of Oddities and Curious Goods has in store. Here we are, a wacky world of weirdiful wonder. Let's see, in the window here, some interesting things. Is that like, I don't know what that is. It's got a head, that's a bloody hand. We've got Frankenstein wiggling there. And then who's this guy? That is very creepy. Oh, wow, this is very impressive. As we come in, we see Svengoolie, the famed horror host from the Chicago area. It's kind of become one of the most famous late-night horror hosts of all time. And look at this. This is a ball of seeds that sprouted and turned into a plant inside of a young boy's stomach. Apparently he swallowed too many seeds and it grew into this. That's my mom told me that would happen when I was a kid. I didn't believe her, but apparently I should have been. Down this cabinet we have some old magazines and cool little monster toys. I thought that was a Mold-A-Rama at first of the Phantom of the Opera, but I actually don't think it is. It's just a plastic toy. One day I want to get one of these Vincent Price shrunken apple sculpture kits and make my own shrunken apple. It looks like a lot of fun. Oh, there's one of the rare Count Chocula boxes that actually had Count Dracula on the cover. And one of the reasons that this is rare is because it was controversial, because for some reason around Count Dracula's neck they put the Star of David. This alligator mouth here. Inside there's a shrunken head. This painting is made of real human blood. It's by local artist Jeremy Pauly. It's a portrait of Marie Antoinette with her head cut off, painted in human blood. At the end of the spine we can see a one-eyed Cyclops there. Oh, it's very realistic bust there. Well, this right here is amazing. This raccoon skull was found in the chimney of the White House during the 1952 restoration. So a raccoon stuck in a chimney, and apparently it still smells like smoke. So poor little guy suffocated the White House raccoon. You can see the devilfish or Jenny Hanover here. It's the bottom side of a ray type fish altered to look like a person. It's a little half fairy, half frog lurking right there. And also a mean little troll there as well. This is so cool. Look at that. It's a animatronic Cyclops. I guess a Cyclops forelegs, so a centaur Cyclops there. You see he's wielding his vicious mighty club. There's a couple of death head moths, probably best known from the Silence of the Lambs movies when Buffalo Bill would stick this in his victims' mouths. There's a portable embalming kit. I guess if you need to take it with you just in case you need to embalm someone. And there's a head there for a mortician to practice their craft on. Of course, you can't just do makeup on someone's funeral. It's your first time. That would be very unsettling to the family if you messed up and their loved one looked like a horrible ghoul. There's a Wolpertinger, the German cousin to the jackalope, and there's a little information here that I was not familiar with. I just learned something about the Wolpertinger, that apparently they use telekinesis to hypnotize children in order to bring them potato puffs, which they dine on. Interesting. See, that ram there actually has 4 separate horns. You see the wood carving there of Blackbeard, the pirate, and underneath we have Blackbeard's booger. It says that when Blackbeard was killed and they put his head on a pike, that this booger fell out and was saved for posterity. Let's get a closer look there. Blackbeard's booger. This bookshelf here, see a model there of the human anatomy, but I just noticed that there's a burn on the ceiling and it says the Human Torch was here. Here's the world's largest ball of ties. This is donate yours and watch it grow. I wish I'd brought my ties to add to the collection. I have not worn a tie probably in at least 4 years. Back when I was a social worker, I did occasionally have to wear one for court, so not anymore. Haven't worn a tie since I went full-time on YouTube, so next time I'm in this area I'll have to bring my ties with me. And we have Han Solo frozen in carbonite next to Danny DeVito. And here's a autographed picture of Mike Tyson, and it has Evander Holyfield's ear with it here in the biohazard bag. There's my boy, Bat Boy. Used to be obsessed with Bat Boy from his Weekly World News articles. There's some pieces for sale from local artists. We have this death loaf here, which is pretty cool. A giant loaf of bread with spikes protruding. Yeah, some super cool art back here. This is the Patterson Gimlin foot cast of the Bigfoot, most famous Bigfoot foot cast. It's actually laid here in this Sasquatch face. I love this. I love this. I would almost think about purchasing that. That is so cool. Here we have the queen of the sea monkeys. You can see the sea monkey lady right there with the famous 3 prongs coming out of her head, and then it's the 3 prongs at the top of the altar. And this is Octo Boy. You can see the face there. Oh, he's even got like a little beak, human face with a beak. That is so cool. Oh, I love that. Octo Boy. And there is Grendel. And here is the world's strangest place to put a sink. Yeah, seems fairly random. Oh, what's lurking there under the sink? We got Charlie McCarthy playing Connect 4. Bathroom here. Gotta be careful, there's a giant terrifying rat there in the corner. And oh, this is a reward. $10,000 or $100,000 for the capture of the Jersey Devil there. This big sword here says Guar. I guess this was maybe used in a show by Guar. I know they're a very theatric band who uses props. There's a little animatronic Sasquatch. Look at him moving there. Oh, that's cool to see. Bigfoot in motion. Hey, little guy. Here's the bill of a sawfish. Said the sawfish attacked a boat here. There's a picture of the attack. And they to rescue himself, so he's got a little hatchet there. He split the sawfish's bill with a hatchet, and then months later they caught the same sawfish and were able to identify it by the hatchet wound. There's the Frankenstein's monster / Frankenstein next to the spook bus here. Of course, one of the classic all-time monsters. And then one of the, I was gonna say more modern monsters, but you know, he's a 80s monster, so he's a vintage monster himself now, Mr. Frederick Krueger there with his infamous knife glove and sweater. And I love this so much. We have Edgar, the alligator man, you can see on the poster there, attacking a guy on an airboat. And here we have Edgar, the alligator man himself. Looks to be some sort of relative to Jake, the alligator man. Lives out in Washington. But yeah, I always love finding members of the alligator person family. Here is the monkey's paw, one of the most infamous cursed items of all time. Will actually grant any wish that you give it, but you know, often disastrous results. That's gonna be the wish. So like, if you wished to live forever, then you might end up getting a lifetime sentence in prison. So yeah, there's always a trick that makes the wish, you know, not worth making it. But it does offer, you can put $1 in and make a wish of your own, which I of course will do. I will wish that everybody has a very Merry Christmas. And up above the monkey's paw, we have a whole flying monkey there in the cage. Love the flying monkeys from Wizard of Oz. And look at that little guy. He's adorable. Here's a horrible story about two young children who died mysterious deaths on Christmas Eve related to this spooky, creepy looking clown. And look at this. Here's the clown right here. Oh my gosh. Look at his eyes. That's definitely I don't think I would want him around my grandchildren on Christmas Eve. Here is a severed tongue. This was found attached to a fire hydrant in Michigan, and it was connected to a homeless man who had tried to get a drink of water from the fire hydrant, but accidentally had gotten his tongue stuck to the hydrant and then was stuck there out in the elements until he passed away. There's a picture of Cheetah, Tarzan's chimp from the Tarzan movies. And look at this. This is a painting painted by Cheetah. Oh, I always love when animals get artistic. Of course, the classic jackalope there. Can't have an Oddities museum without a jackalope, or a fur-bearing trout, the fish that actually grows fur to survive the cold weather in the Great Lakes. This here is a troglodyte. A troglodyte there. It's like some sort of humanoid cave creature with a horn coming out of the top of his head. See him animated there, waving around his club. I also love this weird little robot baby monster. You can see a model of some Chinese bound feet there. Chinese women once upon a time were forced to wear these shoes that would intentionally disfigure their feet. This bullet in this case is pretty simple. Description. It says it's a wooden bullet used by World War II soldiers to slay vampires in Europe. Okay, so I guess the wood tip was like driving a stake through their heart. So actually that makes perfect sense. The Jojo, the dog-faced boy here. How you doing, Jojo? One of the famed circus performers. We grew that wonderful long hair right on his face. Here's one of the giants of Lovelock Cave. This giant here was found in Lovelock Cave in Nevada. It says it is a 6.5 foot tall, red-haired Native American giant. Yeah, it says this is the actual mummified remains of the Lovelock giant. You can see the jawbone there with a bullet hole in it. This is a Bolivian mummified llama fetus. It says this is a symbol of good luck in Bolivia to have that llama fetus. I have some paw prints from a chupacabra found in Miami, Florida there. Also, here's a little monkey head and a carved monkey skull. Those teeth there are labeled Mr. Grossmouth, and it's fairly accurate. It's a fairly gross mouth. So let's see the skull there. Oh, and look at this, the jar of teeth. And the little teeth monsters there next to the jar. Some Bigfoot casts there. And this game here, Bigfoot the game. Someday I need to play Bigfoot the game. That'd be pretty fun. These two terrifying heads here, they don't have a lot of explanation here, but I can tell you, they are horrifying. It actually looks like, okay, it looks like these two go together. I guess that covers what is exposed there. I guess that's the skull inside that artificial head. Ooh, a very spooky eyeball hand. I always wanted to have an eyeball in the middle of my hand. I think that would freak people out. So this is a lava lamp phone. This is a lava lamp built into a phone. There's the Pez gun, a very rare piece of candy memorabilia. They discontinued it because I think they thought it was a bad example to teach kids to put a gun in their mouth and pull the trigger. See the preserved hand there? It says, "Stealing from me will cost you more than you can imagine. You have been warned." So apparently, you steal something from this shop, you'll end up as an exhibit in this shop. Smallest bottle of scotch in the world? Yeah, I'd say so. I've never seen one smaller. A little two-headed chick there. There's a giant flea. Apparently it was found in the fur of a woolly mammoth, which makes total sense. There we have John Dillinger's, not John Dillinger, death mask. Actually, I think every oddity shop is required to have one. I even have one in my cabinet of curiosities. And then we got some murderabilia here. We have Charles Manson's actual hair. And then there's Mr. Ed Gein. Got some remnants from Ed Gein's farm. There's some letters sent by Eileen Warnos, one of the most notorious female serial killers. And then over here is some mummified rats. Some very creepy aquatic creatures here. This fish with a human face. This two-headed turtle there. And then I really like this one, this fish with arms and legs. He's holding a seashell there. There's Puddles, the headless duck there. You can see he is unable to eat or drink, so he has to have a tube stuck down his neck and then the syringe to give him all his nutrients. There is a cast of Lobster Boy's hand. Lobster Boy Grady Stiles III, the son of Grady Stiles Jr. From the Lobster Boy family. A little mouse on a toilet there. He's reading a newspaper that says Godzilla attacks. And the trigger finger of Pancho Villa, revolutionist and politician assassinated. There's a shop in Texas that claims to have Pancho Villa's trigger finger. So I don't know. I guess you could have two trigger fingers. So maybe they're both genuine. There's a genuine Homer Tate shrunken head. Homer Tate, one of the most famous gaff makers of all time, makers of phony sideshow exhibits. Always really excited to see Homer Tate's work. Sometimes to turn up in a carnival or an oddity shop as an authentic Homer Tate shrunken head. And then Marie Antoinette's severed head there. Some jars of fun there, because these are actually like fish bowls. Trying to see what kind of mutant animals are in these. Oh, that one is it's a two-headed piggy there. Oh yeah, these are just different mutant piglets. Oh, I love this here. One of like a deep sea fish monster. There we have a club foot. That's like a disorder that children are born with a foot that's sideways like that. There's different alligator deformities. See their jaws all twisted and mutated in strange shapes. You can see the frog there riding a turtle. He's got his little Viking helmet on, I guess riding the turtle into war. There's a mummified cat. There's strings tying some mummified rats to it. I wonder how this strange mummification took place. Oh, and that's unusual there. That is a tennis ball lodged in the pelvis of an alligator. Little bar back there where frogs are throwing back Coronas. Here is a species of woolly booger. This says it's a Neanderthal man. I guess that says lives in the swamp and eats only vegetation. And of course, you know, woolly boogers, a strange, unusual creature. It comes from a strange, unusual place. You can see the little baby two-headed goat there. Have a anatomical person there. Although his face may not be so anatomically correct. There's a few extra eyes, mouths, and ears there. This is Unzi the albino. It says he was an Australian albino that worked in P.T. Barnum's Sideshow for his unique appearance. Actually, I have some oddities here for sale. Not sure what that is. That is a petrified eye. That looks like a gator foot back there. And look at this. They have old issues of the Weekly World News. I remember when I would go grocery shopping with my mom, these would fascinate me. I'd always want to check these out. They'd be in the checkout line. So many unusual things. 60-foot gator caught by shoe salesman, girl with dog face bites trash man. Just such wild stuff, and I believed every sentence of it. And look, this one actually did come true. Here's some boglins. I had these when I was a kid. I think I actually had this one, although these may be the remakes. But yeah, I love this. It was like a fully operational puppet. Super cool. This is the girl in the steamer trunk. Apparently the remains of this girl found in a trunk, and a forensic artist recreated this this model based on the remains, and they were able to use it to finally identify the little girl. And look at this monster vending machine here. It vends mummy dust, mystery gifts, real teeth, and unfortunate fortunes. Alright, apparently the machine is acting up today, so we'll get a little bit of mummy dust there, a mystery gift, a real tooth, and an unfortunate fortune. Alright, so we got our items there from the candy machine. Oh, it looks like, okay, I don't know if I guess these are not supposed to open, but you can see that's got the tooth in it. It's got the tooth. Either this doesn't open. Yeah, I don't think this opens. So it so it's like a little, like it's got its own little case there. That is the human tooth right there, if you can see that. This is the mystery prize, a little alien inside the egg. We have the the fortune here. I don't know how to get into my fortune. I'm gonna have to get into that one, the fortune. But you have the mummy dust here. I don't think I'm gonna open that one because the mummy dust would get everywhere. So we're gonna save the mummy dust there. Oh, it's actually a little bit of mummy dust just came out, so we're gonna be careful with that one. But how do I get? Oh, there we go. There we go. Got my fortune. And let's see. I have no idea what this is gonna say. It says, "You will one day kiss a two-headed mutant in a swamp." So stay tuned to these videos, because one day I will kiss a two-headed mutant in a swamp. So thank you so much. I love this place. This was amazing. I saw this had popped up, and I figured I'd stop by, see what was going on, and it blew my expectations away. Just an amazing collection here. Not only do you have some of the relics from the Gettysburg Dime Museum, I think the JoJo, the dog-faced boy, the Edgar the Alligator Man, I think those were from the Dime Museum in Gettysburg. But yeah, great collection. Love it here. They don't charge anything, so it is free to walk in. Of course, I always recommend people that go into free attractions, please either leave a donation or purchase something in the gift shop. That's always a way to help keep these independent, small roadside attractions in business. So again, thank you for watching. If you like these videos, please subscribe. It'll let you know when new videos arrive. I travel around the country. I film roadside attractions, amusement parks, museums, haunted houses, and other fun stuff. If you'd like to help support the channel, consider donating to Patreon. $3 or more will get you a postcard once a month from me to you. Also, selling Fiji Carpetbagger Fiji Mermaid pins in the Etsy shop. Did they not have a Fiji Mermaid? If they did not have a Fiji Mermaid, that's like the only thing they didn't have. But I'll give them a pass since they had so much other cool stuff. Oh, I did want, before we go, I did purchase one of the old Weekly World Newses there. So I just wanted that in my collection. It has like different oddities, it's almost like a, yeah, they always have like a exhibit on all these, or an article on all these different oddities, like this kid with the giant ears. Dumbo Dave apparently is his name. So I'll get home, I'll check this out, and I'll add this to my collection. But thank you guys, all your help helps keep this train on the track, this boat in the water, and this dirigible in the air. Until next time, my friends, this one's in the bag.